Yeah, hello guys. Today another new topic is excretion, human excretion. This is the human physiology topic. This is also important. One or two questions coming from this chapter. Okay, among all human physiology, each topic has one or two questions. This is also important for one or two questions. Okay, so we are going to discuss what is excretion, what is human excretory system. Okay. Yeah, what is excretion? Yeah. What is excretion? What is human excretory system? Human excretory system. Okay. What is excretion? Here in this topic, elimination of nitrogenous waste. Nitrogenous waste. Okay. Elimination of nitrogenous waste. What are the nitrogen products where they can produce in the human body, where they can excrete? Okay. Yeah. We are going to discuss what are the nitrogenous waste, how they produce in the human body, okay, where they can excrete. Okay. Yes. And what is excretory product? What is excretory product in the human body where they can produce how they eliminate these are the questions about excretory system. Okay. What are the excretory products, how they can produce, how they can eliminate. Okay. Excretory products, nothing but there is a wastage which is produced by the metabolically. Okay. Waste produced by excretory. What is excretory product? What is excretory product mean? It is the waste mean excretory product mean nitrogenous waste, right? Okay. Waste produced by metabolism. Waste produced by metabolism. So, it is metabolic waste, metabolic waste. Metabolic waste, what is metabolism? It is the chemical reactions. Okay. What is chemical reaction here? Either anabolism or catabolism. Okay. Either anabolism or catabolism. In our body there are plenty of chemical reactions that are metabolic reactions. In the metabolic reaction, either catabolism or anabolism, they can produce waste. They can produce waste. If come to the digestive system, we can take different kind of foods. Okay. Food they can break down and release the energy. And waste also, as a byproduct, waste also created. Okay. Assume this is the cell. This is the cell. Cell. There is a glucose which is carried by the blood vessel, glucose carry, and oxygen also carry. Breakdown of glucose, glucose is the carbonic compound, So they can break down, if they can break down the waste is product which is carbonic compound, which is carbon dioxide, glucose and oxygen. This is waste product. This also elimination By the process respiration. It is the gas. There is a separate system which is gas to eliminate, that is the respiratory system. Okay? Elimination by the respiration. Glucose waste produced is elimination via respiration. Here is data in the live. Yep. There is no one. Yeah, glucose which is produced waste as a waste product which is carbon dioxide. Okay? If come to the, it is, yeah, what is excretory product here? This is the excretory product, metabolic waste, but nitrogenous waste. Nitrogenous waste. If come to this chapter, elimination of nitrogenous waste. Okay, where the nitrogen is takes place in our body. Okay, yeah, our body is full of, there is a cells nothing but there is a proteins nothing but amino acids. Okay, amino acids are the building blocks of the proteins. Proteins, they can create a body structure, like any material in our body is protein. Okay, so amino acid is the building blocks of the body. Okay, amino acid common formula is COOH, like NH2 or H. This is the amino acid. If come to this carbonic 6 carbon chain breakdown with the oxygen to release carbon dioxide as a gas. This is the breakdown, and this amino acid also break down. This amino acid also break down. This is the catabolic reaction. Catabolic reaction. This amine group going to become separate. So this separate amine group, there is another add of hydrogen from water to make ammonia. Okay, ammonia, NH3. NH3 is the waste product. NH3 is the waste product. Ammonia. Ammonia is the highly toxic. Highly toxic. Okay, so that should be eliminated through the process called excretion. Excretion. If the elimination of ammonia require more amount of water, because of it is highly toxic, through the process diffusion they can eliminate. For the diffusion they need high amount of water, some lakhs of liters of water. So this is the need high amount of water. Only some water species they can eliminate directly. Okay. Yeah, water species can eliminate directly ammonia. So if come to the human excretory system, they do not afford such a water, because of it is the terrestrial animal, human. This is the ammonia need to be convert into less toxic that is the less toxic is urea. So this is the ammonia converted into the urea in the liver, okay, in the liver, the gland liver, where ammonia converted into the urea in the liver. This amine group, they converted firstly ammonia, later on urea. Urea formula is what? CONH2. This is urea formula. Previous year question. Urea formula. You can write it as CONH2 NH2. This is urea formula. Where it can be produced? In the liver. Okay. What about this compound? If the breakdown, this compound is what? What is going to become this compound? Carboxylic group. This is amine group. It is converted as a waste material. Either any material, if they break down, some part they can waste and some part they can use. Some part waste means they do not generate any energy. Some part if they break, they can become like turn into the energy. So this is carboxylic group, they turn into the glucose, carboxylic group. Glucose produced from the carbohydrates naturally, that is glucogenesis. Write it, glucose produce from carbon dioxide, from like, yeah, glucose produced from the carbohydrates called glucogenesis. Glucose produced from non-carbohydrates called gluconeogenesis. Neo mean new. Gluconeogenesis. Neo mean new. Glucose produced none other than carbohydrates called gluconeogenesis. This is further generate energy. Okay. As waste product which is converted into the urea in the liver, urea formula is this. Are you clear? Yep. Next. Yeah. Where urea produce? In the liver. CO NH2 produce in the liver. Ammonia converted into the liver, in the urea in the liver. Okay? Yes. This urea, they can enter into the blood, that is the blood vessel which is connected to the liver called hepatic vein. Okay? Urea enter into the blood. This is the deoxygenated blood, hepatic vein. Hepatic vein. Okay. This is hepatic vein, they can enter into the vena cava. The urea enter into the vena cava. Okay. This is vena cava, they enter into the heart. Okay. Urea which is produced in the liver, they finally reach heart through the veins, through the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood along with for that they can carry urea also. Okay. Finally, they can reach lungs. From the vein, they reach lungs. From the lungs, they can reach again heart. This is oxygenated blood, pulmonary artery. They can carry oxygen, along with oxygen, urea also carry. Okay. From this aorta, they can, with the oxygenated blood, urea, they can carry into one artery called renal artery. Finally, the urea, they can reach renal artery. Renal artery, they can carry the blood 1/5 of the blood. In 5 liters, 1 liter is enter into the renal artery. Okay. Renal artery. Renal artery, finally they can reach kidney. Renal artery, finally they can reach kidney. They can carry the urea into the kidney. Kidney, they can filter blood, that is the blood is further exit into the renal vein, okay, and which is filtered blood. Filtered blood, they can exit through the another vessel we can call ureters. Ureters, finally they can reach urinary bladder. From the urinary bladder, there is a urethra. Reach urea, finally urethra reach urea. So, there is a NEET question from this, NEET question. Which blood vessel carries high amount of urea? Which blood vessel carry high amount of urea? PYQ, previous year NEET. Okay, I am gonna ask you, which is renal artery, and second renal vein, okay, third hepatic vein, and fourth, this is vena cava. Which blood vessel carry highest amount of urea here? Just tell me. Renal vein, renal artery. This is PYQ, guys. Sir, Telangana state quota local SC category 330. Can I have chance to get? Let's see. Let's see. How to find. Oops. Positive. Guys, tell me which blood vessel carry highest amount of urea? Here a question. You have to tell. That is important pre-YQ. If you understand that, you can easily say. Ayesha, tell. One, two, three, four. Which one? This is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is answer? Nandu. Tell. 3. Akshita. Ayesha. 2. 2 mean renal vein. Arey why renal vein is the lowest amount of urea. Re? Already filter, renal artery filter here. Renal vein carry deoxygenated blood only. There is no urea. After filter only renal vein carry the deoxygenated blood, right? Renal artery carry the urea along with oxygen into the kidney, renal artery. There is a filter, urea filter. Renal vein carry deoxygenated blood only, lowest amount of urea they can carry. Hepatic vein carry highest amount of urea. Just here, just look into here, where it is produced in the liver. Hepatic vein directly connected to the liver, where there is a production start, there is a high amount, because of here 1/5 of blood enter into the renal artery, 1/5 only, but here 100%, 5 liters blood which is enter here. So the high amount of high concentrated urea which is carry hepatic vein only. Okay? Yes. That's why I did draw this much of diagram for you guys. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Human excretory system, what are the parts? Next, kidney, okay, ureters, urinary bladder, urethra. Human excretory system, the parts are kidney, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Okay, 4 parts, right? Yeah, this is the human excretory system. Yeah, just look into here. This is vena cava and pelvis, medulla, cortex. These are the kidney parts. First, excretory system, how many parts? Parts. 1 pair of kidneys, 1 pair of kidneys, 1 pair of ureters, okay, 1 urinary bladder, 1 urethra. This is also PYQ. The parts of the human excretory system. They can give you renal artery, renal vein, everything they can give you. They can misguide you. These are the main parts of the human excretory system. 1 pair of kidneys, 1 pair of ureters and 1 urethra, 1 urinary bladder. These are the human excretory system. Just here 1 pair of kidneys, ureters, urethra, urinary bladder. Human excretory system parts. Okay? Yeah. We will going to look into the first part, which is kidney next. Okay? What is kidney? Kidney is the visceral organ or retroperitoneal organ? Retroperitoneal organ, which is, yeah, I am going to explain you. Got it? Everything is understand? Then only we will discuss to the next one. Yeah. Here, human excretory system. Humans excretory system consists of one pair of kidney, one pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Urine formed in the kidneys ultimately carried out through the ureters, then urinary bladder, it is the stored part, and urethra is finally release of urea. Yeah, location of the kidney. Location of the kidney, where it is located. Kidneys are reddish brown, bean shaped and structure situated between the pelvis of last thoracic, third lumbar of vertebrata close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. Guys, just here look into this. Last thoracic T12 and third lumbar L3. Okay, kidney located at T12 L3. First cervical, thoracic, lumbar. Okay, lumbar is the 5 bone structure of the like vertebral column, which is third lumbar. Up to the third lumbar, last thoracic, up to the third lumbar, kidney located. This is important, and they won't ask you this is about bean shaped, reddish brown. They can ask you guys. Yeah, kidney is the like dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. Mean this is the wall, body wall, dorsal side. There is a parietal peritoneum. Yeah, here parietal peritoneum. This is body wall, parietal peritoneum. The behind the parietal peritoneum called retroperitoneum organ. Okay, between the body wall and parietal peritoneum, there is a kidney called, which is retroperitoneum. Okay, parietal peritoneum is the layer which is covered the visceral layer. Finally, I am going to explain in the structural organization. Okay, yeah, structure of kidney. Structure of kidney. Kidney, it is about the adult human. It is measured 10 to 12 length, centimeter length, 10 to 12 centimeter length, and 5 to 7 centimeter width, and this is the dimension thickness 2 to 3, and average weight, which is 120 to 170 grams. Guys, they might ask you these numbers also. Okay, if they want to make easy paper. Okay, some people are, they won't focus these easy things. Okay, they can skip. That is fault. Okay, towards the center of the inner concave surface, the kidney is notch called the hilum, through which the ureter and blood vessels and nerves are enter. Blood vessels, they can enter or exit. Enter mean artery, exit mean vein. Okay, and inner of the hilum is broad funnel shaped space called, there is a pelvis with projections. Inside the kidney there are 2 zones, outer zone cortex, inner zone medulla. Medulla is divided into few conical masses called medullary pyramids. Projections into the calyces is, that is columna of Bettin. The cortex extend between the medullary pyramids called columna of Bettin. Guys, I am going to give you the structure. This is the notch called hilum or hilus. Okay, hilum or hilus. Okay, the blood vessel which is enter into the kidney from here, hilus. The blood vessel we can call artery. Okay, which is enter the blood vessel we can call artery. This is enter artery. Okay. The blood vessel which is exit is vein, from here vein. okay, artery, vein, and nerves also they can enter. Nerves also they can enter. And there is ureter is exit. This is important. Ureter, exit. So tubes enter and tube exit. Okay, to enter and to exit. This is enter. This is enter. This is exit. This is exit. Maybe they can ask you any form. Okay. This is the place we can call hilum. Okay. There is two regions which is called medulla and cortex. There is medulla and cortex. Okay. This medulla part we can call medullary pyramids. Okay. This is outer part we can call cortex. Okay. Cortex and medulla. Okay. Medulla and cortex. They can ask you that pelvis is what? Pelvis. Okay. Yeah, pelvis nothing but there is a medullary pyramids, they can attach each other, okay. This part we can call pelvis. Okay. This part we can call pelvis. Yeah, pelvis are the filtered, yeah, filter which is filter urine, urea from this medullary pyramid, they collectively enter, this is the pelvis, they can collectively enter into the which part? Ureters. Collectively enter into the ureters. Ureter is the final destination which is filter into the ureters. Okay. This is the filtrate, they exit from this ureters, where it is filter in the medulla, So these are the cortex region which is enter into the medullary pyramids. Okay. Medullary pyramid, they enter. Okay. This is the columna betin. Columna betin. Okay. Yes. So this is the medullary pyramid. Just we are going to discuss about how much size it is, how much centimeters? 10 to 12, right? This is width 5 to 7 and dimension thickness 2 to 3, right? 2 to 3. Thickness is the 2 to 3. Medullary part and this cortex region. Guys, just look into this. There are 10 lakhs nephrons in the kidney. Each kidney has 10 lakhs nephrons. Mean 2 kidneys 20 lakhs. Mean 1 million nephron each kidney. Okay. Here just look into this, where they can filter filter is there in the filter tubes. Okay. This is the filter tube which is nephron is there in the filter tube. They can filter it, that is the filtrate, they can enter through the pelvis region, they can exit through the ureters. Got it? There are like nephron is located where? The location of nephron is where? Location of kidney? Location of kidney? Where? Location of kidney is where? Last thoracic, third lumbar. Okay. Location of nephron is where? In the medullary cortex. Medullary cortex, location of nephron. Yeah. There is some part of the nephron is located in the cortex region, some part is medullary region. Okay. We will going to discuss in the nephron structure. Up to here clear? The internal structure of the kidney, very simple. Guys, it has two regions. Okay. There is a notch-like structure we can call pelvis, which is enter of the renal artery, exit of renal vein, and enter of nerves, and exit of ureters. Okay. Yeah, ureters, they can carry out the urea which is filtered in the nephrons, in the medullary pyramids. Medullary pyramids all together to connect, which is we can call pelvis region, minor calycis region, minor calycis. They can enter into the major calycis. Finally, they can hold the water, urine into the ureters finally. So, this is all about kidneys. Kidney about 10 lakhs nephron each kidney. Okay. So, we are going to discuss about nephron. Yeah, like each part of the kidney. Yeah, this is over, right? Yeah, ureters are each kidney leaves from the renal pelvis in the hilus region. Each ureters, this is important, each ureters 25 to 30 centimeters. Ureters, each ureter 25 to 30 centimeters. This is important for NEET. Okay. They are narrow, whitish and tubular structure running backward along with the abdominal wall open into the urinary bladder. Okay. Ureters are composed of transitional epithelium. This is important for NEET. Okay. Ureters has transitional epithelium tissue. Okay. Yes. And they carry urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. Finally, they can carry into the urinary bladder. Okay. Yeah. Next, urinary bladder. Urinary bladder lies in the pelvic cavity. Okay. And it is a pear shaped muscular sac like structure. It is lining of transitional epithelium tissue. Okay. Both sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system is innervate the urinary bladder. Sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic, parasympathetic is autonomous nervous system. Okay. They can under regulate of the brain. Okay. Yes. And some like there is no skeletal muscle involved in this. Sympathetic, parasympathetic, nothing but it is the smooth muscle, not under control of skeletal muscle. Okay. Yes. And urethra, this is also important. Previous year question came from the urethra, which is differentiate between the male and female. The length of the urethra differentiate between male and female. Urethra is a canal like structure which is extend from the neck of the bladder and leads to the exterior. It is length different in the male and female. Length different in the male and female. The female's urethra short, male it is about 12 to 15 centimeters. Okay. Female it is about 5 centimeters. This is important for exam point of view. They did ask previous year exam. Okay. Male it is about 12 to 15 centimeters. Female it is about up to the 5 centimeter long. Urethra is male female both carries. It is like if come to the male urethra, it is carry semen also along with urea, they can carry semen. Like female, it is carry only urea. Okay? Yes, this is about differentiate between male and female urethra. And next, functions of the kidney. Functions of the kidney. Yeah, obviously we will going to discuss later on. This is the outlook of the kidney I did complete, and as well we will going to discuss the functions of the kidney today itself. Yeah, removal of waste from the blood, removal of waste from the blood, and removal of drugs from the blood, removal of drugs from the blood. Okay, if you take any medicine or else any drugs like anything which is relevant to the any diseases, okay, they can carry out. Regulate the functions like regulatory ionic concentration in the blood, ionic concentration. We will going to discuss where the ionic concentration is going to take place in the filtrate of urine. Yeah, regulate the water concentration in the blood and regulate the pH of blood. This is important. Endocrine activity like erythropoietin. Erythropoietin, there is a hormone which is released kidney, is used for the production of RBCs. Okay? Yeah, we will going to discuss the like end of the excretory system. Okay? This is all over about human excretory system. Human excretory system. Okay? We will going to discuss about, it is 5:13, right? Yeah, nephron. We will going to discuss nephron right now. Okay, are you clear? Nephron. Okay, nephron has two parts. Okay, one is renal tubule. Yeah, one is glomerular, one is renal tubule, two is renal tubule. Renal tubule. Okay, guys, what is glomerular? What is glomerular? Yeah, it is about blood vessel, right? Blood vessel, right? Glomerular. Ayesha. Yeah, afferent arterial. Arterial nothing but blood vessel. Arterial likewise they are converted into the capillary network. Capillary network is the glomerular. That is the part of renal artery. The renal artery from the heart, okay, renal artery which is produced from the heart, okay, artery further divided into arteriole. This is the artery. They cannot structure for the filtration. Artery, it is not suitable for the filter. So, that is converted into the arteriole. Arteriole. This is the arteriole which is, yeah, this renal artery which is under the kidney, guys. Renal artery which is enter into the kidney, right? Renal artery enter into the kidney. Where it is enter? Up to the medulla. Okay? Yeah, I will give you full clarity regarding. these are the pyramids, renal pyramids. Where a renal artery enters, renal artery enters, this is enter into the mid, yeah, every columna of Bettin, there is a renal artery enter from the columna of Bettin. They are, which is enter into the cortex region. In the cortex region, the renal artery converted into the arteriole. Renal artery converted into the arteriole. Yeah, this is converted into the arteriole, and arteriole further converted into the capillary network. This is efferent arteriole, okay, and this is efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. Middle, in the middle, this is capillary network. Capillary network. This is the capillary network is the glomerular. Okay? This is capillary network is the glomerular. Glomerular. Okay? This part glomerular. What is renal tubule? Renal tubule is the excretory part. Which is excretory part, which is Bowman's capsule, and there is a PCT, Henle lobe, DCT, like this. Excretory part. Got it? Where the glomerular is the circulatory part, renal tubule is the excretory part. Circulatory part, which is renal artery, further divided into arteriole. Arteriole further divided into capillary network. That is the capillary network is the glomerular. After capillary network, that is again to convert into the efferent arteriole. After efferent arteriole, again that is converted into the capillary network, that is called peritubular capillary network around the nephron. Got it? So, tomorrow we will going to discuss the nephron structure completely, and what is the circulatory part, excretory part, location of the nephron, what is the tissue involved in the to make the nephron. Okay? Nephron is the tube which is completely is like completely the structure of the tissue only. The which is the tissue is the like it is the characterized by the for the filtration, absorption, secretion. Okay, what kind of tissue involved in the filtration, absorption, and secretion? What kind of tissue? Which tissue is involved in the filtration, absorption, and secretion? Epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, right? Nephron is completely to made up of with epithelial tissue. Nephron is completely made up of with epithelial tissue. Nephron nothing but the renal tubule. This is the renal tubule is completely made up of with epithelial tissue. This is blood vessel. Okay, these are the two parts we will going to discuss tomorrow. Guys, tomorrow I am gonna explain you nephron structure and urine formation. Okay, today itself the class is over. Thank you so much.